CPU's at 60%, which is fine.
Right.
20 frames per second, which is fine. It's live for 13 seconds. You are live.
Hooray!
So hopefully...
The internet can totally see me.
Okay, we've updated the software to the latest version. Hopefully that will cure it. But at the moment, I don't know if that's a problem or not. Now, one guy, I'm probably going to murder your name.
Sorry, dude.
Othniel Camacho. That sounded
Whoa,
really racist.
that's amazing, that is. I mean, really.
Hello from Mexico.
Oh, dude.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
If you're still there. If you're
still
not,
there.
I apologise for Mexico.
And we completely understand as well, from Great Britain to Mexico.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's worth starting again. Essentially, we've got starter sets.
Yeah, we bought the main starter set from Dark Imperium.
Yeah.
And we bought 2 sets of No Fear. I bought one, Aid bought one.
Yeah.
I gave Aid all the Nurgle stuff. He gave me all the Space Marine stuff.
Yeah.
Essentially, we've got 2 sets of No Fear each and a Dark Imperium set each.
Yes.
I've also bought on top of that, but I bought it way before this edition of the game came out.
Yeah.
Bought Rabute Guilliman just because I always thought it was a cool mod and I was quite fancy the idea.
And you've collected the Patriarchs, don't you?
Yeah, collected the Primarchs.
That's it.
Collected the Primarchs. And because he came out in plastic, I've already got him in resin from Forge World as well, and I actually prefer that model, I really do. But he's a nice looking model too.
And I'd always be reluctant to play, and we spoke about this before.
Yeah, reluctant to play with a Forge World model, haven't you?
With the resin and that.
Yeah.
You know, because we're quite...
Yeah,
we're not precious.
We're not general. Oh, yeah, we're not general. Yeah. So, you know, I'm working my way through it, painting it like I've never painted an army before. This is probably as far as an army's ever came with me. They're actually all blue. So yeah, and that's what we're doing. We've decided we're going to roll this out, and it is me and Aid have had a couple of games off camera, and Aid's won them all. Right?
Yeah.
But
I was playing with my own version of the rules.
We're going to try it out this time.
Yeah. If you're expecting to learn anything, folks,
that's why the title is Aid and Andy Learn 40k. That means please jump on in, give us some pointers. If we're doing stuff wrong, please let us know.
It is a live game. We will be checking the feedback as we go through.
As we go along, I'll get my phone out in a minute and I'll check the things when it's Aid's turn as well.
Yeah.
So if you do have a rules correction for us, please let us know about it. Give us a page number for the rulebook. There's only one rulebook now, so big rulebook. Give me a page number, we can check it. That'd be lovely. We're playing 1750 points. We don't know why. It just seemed like that's all that Aid's got. 1750 points. So that seemed to us to be a good point to play. I actually seem to have a lot more stuff, but I think that Primaris Marines are more expensive than Death Guard are. But my guys are 2 wounds each.
Mine are 1.
And yours are only 1.
But mine have other shenanigans.
Going on.
And my 3 tasty guys are all in the teleportorium.
Yeah, teleportorium, yeah.
Drinking wine, eating cheese.
And ready to drop down.
Mouldy cheese.
Mouldy cheese. Blue cheese. Ready to drop down and fuck some shit up.
Yes. Ready to pop in and say hello.
Whereas I've got some guys in low orbit, which I generally tend to forget about for the entire game.
Yeah. Now, like I say, hopefully you can hear us. Nobody's commented to say that there's no sound or anything at the moment.
Which is great.
So hopefully that's working. I am trying to...
Aid will largely tinker with it until it meets his exacting standards. Which will be never.
Yeah, that's never going to happen, is it?
So let's run some lists. Shall we run through some lists?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Right, so I've got 2 detachments for me. I've got a battalion detachment, which consists of 2 HQ choices, being my Captain in Gravis Armour. He is, not my general this time, he has been given the Chapter Master Stratagem. Because I've got Rabute in my list as well, he makes up part of a super heavy auxiliary detachment. He's my Warlord, and he therefore has got the chapter specific Warlord trait, which means every time I spend a stratagem point, command point, I can roll a dice on a 5-up, the cost of that is immediately refunded, which I've managed to do this time for that one, so that's paid for itself as far as I'm concerned. So he becomes my chapter master as well. I've got 3 units of intercessors and my captain in Gravis armour, and a Primaris lieutenant in my battalion detachment. Then I have got a second captain in Gravis armour with 3 units of Hellblasters in a spearhead detachment, giving me an additional command point. And then as a super heavy auxiliary detachment, I've got Rabute, and he gives me 3 command points because he's Rabute and he's awesome. In reserve, like I said before, I've got 4 interceptors as well. They are armed with the bolter weapons, not the plasma weapons. My captain in Gravis armour has also got the Sanctic Halo relic from the Ultramarine section of the relics of the chapter. And that's it.
You have got some guys in reserve.
They're the interceptors, yep, that's all they're about, yep.
It's going to take me a bit to get my head round the interceptors, intercessors, and all the other
Heaven
names.
forbid they call them something completely different.
Yes.
Like tactical Primaris Marines and assault Primaris Marines.
Yes.
What's wrong with you people?
Flying guys, plasma guys, bolt gun guys.
Yeah.
Would be useful.
Would be useful. That's how I'll refer to them henceforth.
Yes. We've had a communique from
Hooray!
J199YUK12. Catchy name. He says that the sound's all good and the sound's great. Now,
Hooray!
occasionally I am getting warnings saying that the video output is dropping to low, but as there's not much changing on the screen at the moment, that probably won't show.
Hopefully be alright.
Yeah, so hopefully it won't be an issue. Right, my Plague Marines, or Death Guard.
Yeah, Death Guard.
I've got 3...
Lords of Contagion.
Yes. Lords of Contagion, one of whom is my Warlord choice, standing about on the teleportarium,
ready to drop in,
eating mouldy cheese. Yeah, it hasn't crashed this time.
Hooray!
It hasn't crashed. Now I've said cracked my mouldy cheese joke twice.
In the same video.
Have I done it in the same video?
Yeah.
I apologise. But let's face it, I'll be cracking it again in a few minutes.
Love it.
3 units of Poxwalkers. The 13, 12 and 13. No significance in the numbers other than that's what I had for the
There's
points.
6 points, so you just made it up with points, haven't you?
And I've got 40 in total, so there ain't many in the back left. 3 bloat drones. Now I love the bloat drones.
Spam.
They've served me well.
They are ace.
But I do think they're going to go down today because Andy is learning to handle them.
Yeah.
A unit of 7 Plague Marines with a sergeant in there with the Power Fist. There is a plasma gun in there and all the rest are bolters.
Yeah.
He's modelled with a bolted pistol, so that's how I'm going to play him.
Yeah.
Another unit here of Plague Marines. This time it's Plague Sword on the
bolt pistol
sergeant.
There's only 5 of them, right?
Yeah. And plasma gun, and this unit's exactly the same. And it is the guy who's reaching forward with the sword and the guy who's painted. Yeah. Now, this guy, Plague Caster.
Yep.
He's one of them. This guy here has Curse of the Leper and Miasma of Pestilence.
Cool. He's the offensive one then.
Yeah. And the other guy has Blades of Putrefaction and Putrescent of Vitality.
You're a buff guy. Cool.
Yeah. And I'm using a guy with a bell, Blight something or other.
Yeah. Whatever his name is.
As my second Playcaster because I haven't had him built yet.
Yeah.
That is 1746 in a nutshell. Relics. This guy gets +1 to his casting, and my Warlord has the +1 regen.
You know you're in it. Oh, that's your Warlord trait, not a relic.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Because you're only allowed 1 relic.
Yeah. And that's it. The mission we're playing.
Spoils of War.
Yeah, where we get.
We get 3 tactical objectives generated on the first turn,
and you
which have to be revealed to your opponent, but you can steal each other's secure objectives.
Okay. Not the defend ones.
Not defend, only secure.
Okay. That's fairly straightforward.
Yeah. I've got lots less drops than aid.
Yes.
So that meant I finished deploying first.
I think I had 14.
And I had 8, 7, something like that.
I thought I'd bought my rulebook, but I've put it. Oh,
you have.
Not that I ever use a rulebook.
I am a walking rulebook.
You know, it's. Why would you be constrained?
Why would you learn the rules?
Why would you constrain yourself?
To the rules. Oh God.
We view them more as a guide.
Guideline. They're not rules. They're guidelines.
Yes.
So we're gonna make a start now. Aid, I get to choose whether we go first or second, and I'm gonna go first.
That's surprisingly.
So you can try and steal initiative if you want, though.
Oh, I will have to try and steal. Oh, I've got 9 command points, and
I've got 10.
Yeah. So because of Rabute gives you.
Yeah,
some,
Rabute gives me 3 because he's
goodness.
immense.
Yeah. I will try and steal.
Okay. On a 6.
No.
Couldn't be any further away. Couldn't be any further.
So close.
so
close.
Only
depending on which newspaper you read.
A single flip of the die. Right, so I'm going to generate my 3 tactical objectives. We're into turn 1. 3 tactical objectives. You son of a bitch.
I suppose on the positive side,
Right.
you can't steal any of mine now.
That's true. I've got secure objective 4, defend objective 4, and defend objective 2.
Right. I think you've got.
I've got 4. It's here.
So that's going to be a point.
So I'm going to score some points there.
Yes. All I've got to do is knock you off that.
And then get somebody on it
in turn 1.
In turn 1, and you will be able to steal that no bother.
Right.
Okay. Right. I
feel
like that's probably fairly safe.
Going to be a sufficient challenge.
I won't lie. I feel all right about that. Where's number 2?
Number 2's over here.
It's here.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't put all mine in my deployment area. Just saying. Just saying.
Right. Yeah, I know you didn't. But
not far off.
Your army's got to walk, though, right? And my
off.
army does not want to walk. So let's go into the movement phase.
You shouldn't be overthinking it at this stage.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, I'm not going to. I am going to advance those boys up to here,
though. Just to chat why Andy is moving his filth.
Filth, my arsehole. Yeah. Behave yourself.
We do like the new 40k.
Yes.
When I spoke to Andy about it initially, he described it as an Age of Sigmar with laser guns.
Yeah.
And I like what they've done because they've taken the best elements of Age of Sigmar and added enough complexity to make it more of a challenge, I think.
Yeah, it's not. It's almost like they thought about, well, what's going to make this game better than Sigmar?
Yeah.
Because it is, although, everybody loves a bit of fantasy, but I think that Games Workshop know that this really is the bread and butter, isn't it?
Well, the old game, I found a chore to play.
Yeah, it was a lot of memorising
statistics.
And even then it was lighter than it used to be, but it's not
I did feel it was like a college course rather than a game.
Yeah.
Whereas I like the new way they've set it up. It's a lot simpler, a lot more streamlined. Not so much special rules.
Yeah. It's just not heavy. It's not a heavy game to play anymore.
Everything you need on the data sheet. So easy, as I see it.
And who doesn't love that?
Yeah. Because we like to dip in and out of games, don't we?
Yeah, we're not. Although we love the game, we're not tied down to it.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago we were playing Age of
Sigmar. Yeah.
2 weeks before that we were playing Kings of War.
We weren't even thinking about playing this.
Yeah.
Right.
Last weekend it was Malifaux, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Last weekend we played Malifaux. We did.
Yeah. So we are still as magpie-ish as ever.
Yeah, as ever.
But at the moment we are loving 40k.
It's really good, and I don't care what other people say. I very recently got into listening to audiobooks because I've largely ransacked Netflix now. And I really enjoy painting Space Marines because you don't have to think about it. It's something that I can just switch off and paint quite nice. They look really nice when they're painted. I really am happy with the way that they're coming along. So it means I can just switch off and fall into currently, Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
His
Mistborn series.
The Mistborn series. If you haven't listened to it, again, thoroughly recommend that. Well, again, we're not getting sponsored by this shit, just telling you what we're doing with our hobby at the same time as playing a game. So it makes me really happy to just be able to sit in here of an evening after a bit of work all day, just paint easy models to paint that are, if you do them nicely, they look great.
Yeah.
But even if you do a rush job, they still look okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with the way that they're turning out. Really am happy.
I find Nurgle trickier to paint.
I think that they are tricky to paint.
But it's very forgiving because when you put your Delvin mud on,
everything looks good.
Agrax
Earthshade that it is now.
It does transform it.
Can you give me 9 inches away from the Poxwalkers, please, mate, with those?
Which direction would you like?
That away. Over towards the corner, please, mate.
Okay.
Just so that as long as I've got a line of sight to them, Aid, I'm not terribly fussy. Thank you so much, sir. So in this version of the game, again, me and Aid are learning at the same time as we're talking about it. So the guys that can deep strike, old money deep strike, they come in any turn that you like. And it seems to me that they have to be within more than 9 inches away.
Yeah.
It makes it a really challenging charge if you want to try and make the charge.
Yeah, on average you fail, don't you?
On average you fail, don't you? Every time. Right, so...
That's the movement.
That's my movement done. I'm going into Psychic, which I don't have any of just yet. I have ordered a Psyker though, Primaris Psyker, so he'll be coming along fairly soon. I'll fancy giving him a run out. Into the shooting phase. So... let's go with... what's the range on Reboot? Oh, Reboot's gone.
It isn't interactive. You know,
feel free to give us a shout.
We're not doing this for money. We're doing this to have a friends, have a community. That sounded really desperate.
Have friends, please.
Love
me.
Like me.
Love me. It's all about me.
Feel free to comment or don't.
Or don't. Yeah, either way, couldn't care less, if I'm honest.
We get paid in pats on the head now.
Yeah, all I want is your approval. Right, let's go with... I'll go with Reboot. He's going to shoot into the painted plague drone, mate.
This one?
That one, yeah.
You do know if he dies, he will replace one of the other unpainted plague drones.
Yeah, of course. I would expect nothing less.
He will die 3 times
He would die 3 times today. I hit on 2s. All 3 are hits. I don't know whether you guys can see that particularly well. It is strength 6, but your guy's toughness 7. Is that right?
Yes.
So 5s to wound him. Not a jelly bean.
I'm devastated for you.
Devastated for. I'm sure. I knew that you would be. Right.
I saw a battle report the other day.
Yeah.
And the person in the battle report referred to new model syndrome.
We invented that.
That's all.
I don't know whether we did invent that. I don't know whether. I don't know whether we can take credit.
I feel we brought that to the world.
We gave that to you. We gave that to you.
That will be on my tombstone.
New model syndrome. These guys are going to shoot the same the same drone. They hit on 3s. They're doing the overpower shots as well.
Oh,
Superpower shots.
I like the.
You like it when I do this, don't I? But no misses, which is nice. But I am. Oh, I'm re-rolling all misses though.
Yes.
So that one's a miss.
Yes.
It's still a miss, but it's not a 1.
Oh.
I'm wounding on 3s.
Should I think of yeah.
I'm re-rolling 1s to wound because of my Primaris Lieutenant. It's still a fair wound, but that is 3 saves at -4, please.